Hello everyone, today I record this video because today we are releasing a new feature that lets you export an Airtable view to PDF. With this feature, it's possible to automate this export so you don't have to think about it. So how does it work? Let me show you how to implement it. So now it's possible to have access to this little CTA, this little button, Airtable view to PDF. So you can click here. And from there, you can implement a new configuration. So you just have to click here. And now you can name your configuration. So demo YouTube like that. And who should receive the report that you are going to generate. So the view that you are going to export. So for example, myself. So now let's say I need to choose a base. So for example, library, the table, universities, and the view. So in my case, it's going to be the grid view. So when you are selecting a view, what's happening? We make sure that we have the same record in the view selected. So for example, if you have another view with only 2 records, we will make sure that we will have those 2 records. But also we make sure that we keep the order from the view. So if you set a sort, for example, we are going to keep this sorting. Now let's say you only want to show some fields. Indeed, you don't want to show all those fields from your table because some of them are not relevant. So that's something that you can do. How? You can clear them all and only select the relevant field. So for example, those information like that. It's also possible to use the grouping. You can group by name, for example, and then you can also implement a subgrouping if needed. So no grouping for my example. If needed, you can use our e-signature feature. It means that the document will be generated and automatically sent to the right person to be signed. So for example, now I create the configuration and from there you have different information. So first, you can customize your template. What does it mean? It means that you can upload a logo if needed, but you can also implement some information. So for example, your company name, like that, but also a document code. It's particularly useful if you plan to generate different versions of the document. So for example, RTA SQV. Now you can adjust the styling, the date format, the time format, and now here you can add some variable company name. So this one will come from the company name that you typed here. Document code, it's the number here, and then the version like that. So whenever you will generate a document, this number will be incremented. You can also add the view name and the date if needed. You can also add a footer. So in my case, it's generated on date at time record count records. So now I'm going to save the changes like that. And now if I go back here, and now I have 2 ways to automate this export view. The first one is to import this URL to your interface. So whenever you click on a button in an interface, it will generate a report. So for example, let's say I go here. So whenever I click here, I want to generate a new view, a new export view. So generate export view, generate export view, go to external URL, and now I do that. If I publish like that, now if I click here, automatically it will trigger the document generation. Now I will receive an email to sign the document. So let's check my email. I just received the email to sign the document, review and sign. And now I can follow the flow. I continue. I can see the document with the different information. I can see the record that has been exported. Now I have the signature page. I can add the signature, the date, and now I can complete the signing. The document has been signed. Now I can download it. The document is here, and we can see the signature here with the date, and at the bottom the certificate of completion. For some of you, I know that you want to generate those exports on a weekly basis or on daily basis based on your use case. So it's possible to do that. You can import this script to an automation. So I can create a new automation. So for example, at scheduled time, now select interval type. So every week on Sunday at 1 p.m. Perfect. Now I pick run script and I can paste it here. Now if I run a test, automatically it will generate a new document. So that's it. I hope it was helpful. Feel free to reach out to me if you have any kind of question about this new feature, and I'm more than happy to have your feedback so I can always improve my product.